Tonight we're hitting the stealth mode button. George has taken delivery of a new electric-powered Polaris UTV, and it will mean the foxes won't know what's gliding towards them, let alone what's hit them.
It is silent. The only noise you make is what you're running on. Obviously it's a little bit noisier tonight because we were running on rape stubble, but you know, I'm sure when you get onto wheat stubble and grass and then drill corn later in the autumn, it's going to prove unbelievable.
The dream team tonight is Steve on lamp and George behind the wheel and the rifle. The foxes on this bit of ground in Sussex need controlling to protect poults.
This year is a year like I've never known for foxes. Since the 1st of July, I've actually shot 78 now locally, and there's hardly any corn been cut, so we normally average between 100 and 130 a year on all of the shoots that I control. And I cannot see it being under 200 this year.
George is forever the competitor and was disappointed to have dropped a shot recently. In other words, missed a fox a few nights ago.
I missed my first fox on Monday night, and I'd shot 67 on the bounce up until then. And then after I'd missed the first fox on Monday night, I then shot 11. So you know, that's where we've got to 78. And you know, I think it bears out the fact that one, you can get closer to the foxes, and two, you know, you've got a perfect shot every time.
Once in position, he fires up his faithful polystyrene and glass fox call combo and starts shattering the silence. He keeps it up for about 2 minutes, and our first Charlie of the night appears. George directs Steve to lift the light from below onto our fox, and down he goes. We don't retrieve it immediately, but slightly alter position. And a few minutes later, out in the adjacent wood, pops out fox number 2. For this time of year, George opts for a bigger bullet for his foxing.
I actually, this time of year, I go to a 243, or I've started shooting a 243 this year because I just feel with this rape stubble, you know, you look at these big stalks and the little debris that's around it, you know, you get some shards of rape like that. Bullet's only got to touch that and it breaks up. And I just feel that a heavier bullet, my preferred choice of rifle is a 223. And I've shot hundreds of foxes with a 223 and with a lot of success, but I was losing one or two in rape stubbles, and I just felt the bullet was breaking up or just touching something before it got there, and consequently where it's just touching something before it just got there, it was breaking up, and I was giving me a miss, whereas the 243 has really been doing a job.
We cross over a few fields to another vantage point. A few squeaks and an older vixen stops for too long, and she's on the ground. With 3 in the back in half an hour, it's looking promising. The next customer is out of sight, but there's no time to retrieve it quite yet. We spot another set of eyes on the hill above us. Others might have given up earlier, but George is a patient man and uses a mouth call to give the fox something to think about and to keep those eyes flashing in our direction. Quarter of an hour of cat and mouse, and he takes the 280-yard shot.
Oh, that was a beauty. A long way off.
Before we grab that one, George feels there's still another one to be had here. Again, a cub reacts to the call and starts making its way through the stubble. Fox number 6.
Sometimes at this time of year they'll squeak right up to you, and other times they're just a bit wary. But we've got a lovely night for us, a dead still night. You know, a fox will always, on a windy night, try and come upwind to you to get any scent. You know, they'll always go downwind, so you know, a fox will call to you quite often when he's coming if he's a little bit wary. And this time of year, that you know, you get 1 or 2 cubs that are uneducated, and they're easier to clear up.
Fox number 5 is also a young one.
If you actually have a look round here, around the fox, you'll see that, hence the reason we were waiting for 15 minutes, because the rape is actually short enough here that the fox became visible, and then you actually look out further and you can see where the taller rape is. So hence the reason is I couldn't get the bullet through it there, but in this patch where the header was just that little bit lower, I was able to see it clearly on the bank and was able to kill it.
The Polaris is coping incredibly well. We're charging around the farm in one-wheel drive, and the vibration-free shooting position means foxes are dropping at every opportunity. We lie out our 8 foxes, and they are all shapes and sizes.
As you can see here, you've got a cub there that's half grown, you've got a cub here that's 3/4 grown, and you've got a cub there that's quarter grown. So, there's cubs there of all differing ages, which can only lead me to think that there's probably, they've probably had 2 litters, which is probably one of the reasons why we're shooting so many foxes. But I certainly wouldn't want to see the last fox gone, that's for sure.
George is happy that he hasn't dropped a shot, and we've added 8 to his tally. He's really impressed with the Polaris, and he's actually working alongside the company to make sure this bit of kit becomes a must-have for any gamekeeper or pest controller.